know that you may be entitled to disability benefits or workers' compensation if you're disabled or have an injury?
Tabak Law specializes in these areas. Alex Eichhorn and Lauren Zwirlein are both partners at Tabak, and they are here to explain more about these benefits. Great to see you guys.
Yeah,
thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. Let's talk a little bit about the process of filing for disability in particular.
Well, the initial application can be daunting. You know, some people do it on their own, but a lot of times they come to us for assistance. You can go directly to Social Security as well. Fortunately, with the advances of technology, a lot of it is online now. But getting the application in is really the most important part because that protects your interests. You know, the day that you file your application is your protective filing date, is what we call it. So from that date forward, you know, then you're protected for possible benefits in the future.
Okay.
A lot of people think about attorneys, lawyers, and there being so many fees and costs involved. What does it cost someone to hire an attorney like yourselves?
Yeah, so our fee structure is great. We have a contingent fee structure, so unless we're successful in winning your claim, we do not win a dollar. So when you contact our office and you do the initial evaluation, it's free. When you're assigned an attorney and a paralegal, it's free. The only time that there's any fees taken out are at the end of your case when we win. And moreover, that fee is paid directly from the government. So there's no transaction where you're worried about withdrawing something from your bank account that you might not have yet. So it's all taken care of, and our services are, in fact, free unless we're successful. So it really works out well to help people who oftentimes are in financial struggle.
Yeah, especially if they've been injured or something. That's a great way fee setup. People who filed for disability, I always wonder, can they return to work while they're getting Social Security disability? I bet that's a question you get quite a lot.
It is.
Yeah, it is something we hear pretty frequently from people. I mean, you could be waiting years to hear back, you know, and in the meantime, you got to eat, you got to pay your rent. So there's a lot of different rules on that. It kind of depends on the circumstance. There are circumstances in which, yes, you can return. But the important thing I always tell people is don't go beyond your limitations. If your doctor's telling you not to work, you got to listen to your doctor. You know, you can't push yourself and do something that you really shouldn't be doing. In the end, that doesn't help anyone. So the important thing is talking to your doctor first, and then if you have questions about work, kind of figuring out on a case-by-case basis whether or not it would be something that you could do in your situation.
And how do you help them then get their benefits?
So after we do the initial evaluation, sometimes it is a short process. There's 3 steps really in disability law. There's an initial evaluation that's done by a committee that has the medical records that our office does during our evaluation, determines where you've been treating, what your doctors are, and then trying to get narrative statements from them in the very early phases. So this occurs after about 3 months, and we have a decision. A fairly small percentage of our clients, and not only our clients, but individuals filing for disability are approved at this stage, anywhere between 10 to 20%. Then you move on to a reconsideration phase, and again, this is another committee that looks at the similar records and makes the determination of whether or not you are disabled under the laws of disability. And then the third phase is where you go before an administrative law judge. And this is where our law firm really takes it in the high gear. We're working with each and every one of our clients' doctors to get narrative statements, working to compile all the medical source statements as well as records, and submitting that in a comprehensive and a persuasive fashion to the judge to demonstrate that our clients' impairments are indeed severe enough, given the guidelines of the law, that would prevent them from working.
Do you have any idea what your success rate is, especially if you compare it to people who aren't represented?
Yeah, you're definitely going to have better success with a lawyer. There's a lot of paperwork, a lot of loopholes. It is the government after all, so there's a lot of red tape and weird, quirky things that you need to do that sometimes you don't know if you're unrepresented. And the government will help you to a certain extent, but really you need a lawyer to help navigate those complicated rules and those situations that come up that you don't know what to do. The government just isn't going to be able to help you.
There's probably a lot of people who are home, who've been injured or they're on disability. What would you say to those people as advice, you know, if they've been disabled or they're not able to work due to an injury?
Now, the first thing, and oftentimes I'll get calls from individuals who are on the edge of working and they believe in the foreseeable future they may be unable to continue the work. Our law firm really has a motto that if you can work, we want you to work. And I think that's everyone's mentality. However, when the point does come that you're unable to work and really you cannot work at all, we step in, and again, it's really important to have your doctors involved in this process. And our law office works with a lot of doctors in the city and a lot of hospitals to get the reports. But ultimately, a lot of the evidence that we're going to be utilizing to demonstrate your claim, demonstrate that you're too disabled to work, is via the doctor's records, doctor's notes, and narrative reports. So formulate a relationship with your doctor. Let him know what's going on in your life and the reasons that you feel as though you're unable to work. One of the strongest pieces of evidence that we have in a claim is a report from a doctor itemizing what exactly is wrong with an individual and then going through and giving their evaluation as to why they believe they're unable to work. So really formulating a relationship with your doctor and your attorney can be the best piece of advice I think I can offer.
Yeah, everybody's got to be on that same page, really kind of working towards the exact same thing to help you get what you deserve. So here's some information. You guys do no obligation for disability or workman's comp case evaluations. So you can go in, it's free again, no obligation, risk-free. You're located right on Green Bay Avenue. You can contact Tabak Law at 414-351-4400 or visit online at tabakattorneys.com. Thanks, you guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Great to
Yeah,
see you
lots
both.
of peace of mind for people.
Thank you.